Hi there, today I'm making orange and lemon marmalade. The ingredients we'll need for this are obviously oranges, lemons, sugar, or honey, so I use honey, water, and to make it set I'm using citrus pectin. I also put in, just to give it a bit more flavour, some previously frozen lemon juice. The lemons were going mad, so I just juiced them and froze the juice. And I also made some, used a lemon rind to try and make some more pectin. Pectin is the ingredient that makes it go, or set, to make it set. If you're doing it really well, you don't need additional pectin, but maybe because I'm using honey rather than sugar, it goes a bit runny, or stays runny, so I use concentrated pectin to make it firm up a bit. I'm making just one jar full, so you can scale it up as you wish. A jar full lasts me quite a while. I don't do the boiling and special jam jar type thing, but I do keep this in the fridge and it seems to keep okay for a couple of months or more. So there we go. Now quantities I'm doing is about 75 gram of orange, 75 gram of lemon, and let's see, about a cup of honey, 2 or 3 teaspoons of the pectin, but that doesn't go in until it's cooked, and 200 ml of water. Now the idea is to soak these overnight, chop them up as fine as you want them, so you can have a coarse chop if you like coarse marmalade, or fine chop if you like fine marmalade. The first thing I do with these is to wash them to get any waxy substances off the outside, which they're sometimes sprayed with if they're shop bought. So just wash them in some soapy water, give them a rinse just to get the soap, get the detergent off, and then it's a matter of weighing them to get the right proportion. You can use grapefruit as well, but I found the grapefruit made it a bit too tart, so I don't use grapefruit. And the flavour of the marmalade will obviously vary depending on what variety of orange and lemon you're using. So anyway, so here's my scales, which are nice flat tier scales. Tier, I think, meaning that I can put the container on there, press the on button, it's electronic, and I've got a 0 reading in grams. So I just need to put in, I think I'm in 75 grams of orange. I'll just cut that. No, this is the whole orange, including the rind. Just trying to find one with fairly small amount of the pith. I'll put that in there, and that's 76 grams, which should do fine. And same again with the lemon. Just cut that much off. See how that goes. And I'm up to 150 grams, so spot on. So those two I'll then just coarsely chop up and put back into the container with the water, and then leave them to soak overnight. So I'll just switch off a minute while I'm doing the chopping. Now there's the orange and lemon chopped down. It's just a matter of, as I say, whether you like it coarse chopped or fine chopped, or whether you just run out of patience doing the chopping when you stop. Now I actually left the pips in, as they are quite a good source of the pectin. You just need to set the marmalade, and those can be picked out after the orange orange and lemon has been boiled, which I'll do after the juice and the rind has been soaked overnight. So I think we're just about there with regards to chopping it all up. So I'll put it back in the container again. And maybe the best way would be to try to get it off the edge. There we go. And then we'll get most of the juice as well. There we go. And to that I'll add the 200 ml of water. There we go. And I'm also, as I say, putting in some, when I had a load of lemons off a tree, I preserved the lemon rind and also the juice. So I'll just put some of that in just to boost up the flavour of it. She won't open, will you? There we go. I'll just cut off a section of this. I'll stay there. There we go. Right, so there we are. There we have it. So I just put that to one side. I don't put that in the fridge, I just leave it on the bench and just leave that for, I'll say overnight, 24 hours or so. Just to get the flavours all mixed up. Okay, that's stage one. And so tomorrow I'll boil that up for about 45 minutes. Then add in the honey or sugar if you like, either a cup of honey or a cup of sugar, and then put in about 2 or so heaped teaspoons of the pectin just to make it set. Right, and that, as I say, that would make enough for a jam jar plus a bit over probably. Hi there, right, this has been soaking overnight, the orange lemon mixture, and I'll just take the lid off. I didn't put it in the fridge, so I thought it would be okay to leave it out on the bench just for the overnight. And the next thing to do is bring it to the boil and let it simmer for about 45 minutes. So that's what it looks like. That's going to be fairly chunky marmalade, and as you can see it's quite liquid, so I'll need the I'll just put the wrong element on there, so you'll need the pectin to make it more, or make it gel. Okay, I'll just put that in there. Put the lid on, as I say, bring it to the boil and then let it simmer for about 45 minutes. There we go. Okay, right, that's the 45 minutes up, and the orange peel and lemon peel should now be quite soft. If there are pips in there, it's best just to go through and pick out the pips, which isn't the easiest of jobs. So we'll just de-pip it. And then now's the time to add the sweetener, so either sugar or honey. I'll just switch off the extractor fan, that suits better. So add the sugar or honey. If you're adding sugar, you need to bring it back to the boil again to get the sugar to melt and blend in. But if you're using honey, I just let the honey melt while the liquid's cooling down. So it's 1 cup, so 2 of those should do it. So I just approximate it. And there's the honey. I'll get a large spoon and probably 3 of these. Heat should do it. So I'll say it's approximately half a cup. It'll come off the spoon. There it goes. Another one of those, and that will be 1 cup. So, as you can see, it's mostly honey with orange and lemon juice that makes up the marmalade, or sugar. There we go. Well, I'll actually put that in now. Lid back on that. So I'll just stir that until the honey has melted. And as I say, if you're using sugar, you'll need to do this with heat on. But I prefer not to boil the honey. There we go. So depending on what honey you use, if you're using honey whether it's liquid or more solid, it doesn't take too long for it to dissolve into the liquid. Now if you're using sugar, you can actually try and work out whether it's going to solidify when it cools or not. And the suggestion is to just use a plate and put some of the liquid onto the plate and see if it runs or not. Now I'll just show you the technique. So just a bit on there like that. And as you can see, we may be able to see it runs, so it's going to be very runny. So this is the point to add in the pectin. On the packet it says pre-mix the pectin with water before adding it. I used to do that, but now I just put the pectin straight in. This is apple-based pectin and tasteless, so it shouldn't affect the taste of the marmalade. So I actually put in up to 4 teaspoons. It's probably better to put some in, say put in a couple of teaspoons, heaped teaspoons, mix it up quite well, and then just do the test again on the plate. So there's the 2 teaspoons in. And once opened, I keep this in the fridge so it doesn't spoil. So I'll actually use a fork to mix the pectin in. So as I say on the packet, it says you mix the pectin with water and then put that into the mix, but I think it works just as well putting the pectin straight in. You see, I'm not getting any lumps or anything. It still looks incredibly runny. So maybe it will need more pectin. So just try this again on the plate, see if it's runny or not. And there it is on the plate. You just see that, and I'll tip the plate. Still seems to be quite runny. I might just put in some more pectin. Now, if you put in too much, you can add some liquid. If you put in too little, then when it does cool down, you can obviously reheat it and perhaps put some more pectin in. So I'll put in another teaspoon. I suppose you could call this imprecise science, but it depends upon the setting qualities of the orange and lemon you put in. Yeah, that goes. As you can see, as it's off the heat now, I'll switch that off. It's cooling all the time. And there we go. And we'll try the old test again. Right, there we go. So it's still quite warm. So just tip it. So it's still running, but not quite as badly as it was. That might do it actually. Okay, well, get it to a consistency that you're happy with, and then just leave it to cool, and then pop it into a jar, seal the jar, and because this hasn't been sterilised or anything, I mean it's clean, but I haven't done the whole sterilisation stuff. I'll then keep it in the fridge, and it'll be okay for at least 2 or 3 months, I imagine. Cheers.